Miss Chi is a well-dedicated member of Foursquare Gospel Church. One Sunday evening, she went and reported the matter to the general pastor. He felt bad on hearing how she was scammed. The pastor declared 7 days of fasting and prayers, asking God to expose the scammer. The congregation prayed fervently, hoping for a miracle. They believed that God would help them find the scammer and stop his scams. Akachi, unaware of the prayers, continued to scam people, feeling confident that he would never be caught. Once upon a time, in the village of Omogoma in Owerri West, there lived a young man named Akachi. Akachi was the only child of his parents and was a recent graduate, but there was no job available for him and he was desperate to make money. His parents owned a big shop where they sell provisions and other goods in wholesale. Akachi will always visit their shop but won't help in attending to customers. Rather, he would just be spending money anytime he comes to the shop. But his parents stopped him from coming to the shop because of his attitude. Akachi joined the village boys gang. They always gather under the orji tree every morning and every evening to drink and smoke until they are down. With time, some of the guys there taught Akachi the new oil business, which is scamming people of their hard-earned money. So Akachi decided to start his newfound business. One fateful day, Akachi visited a nearby village and walked into a small shop. He pretended to withdraw money from a point of sale machine, but never completed the transaction. The shopkeeper, not checking carefully, handed him the cash and he left happily with the money. Akachi continued his scam, visiting different villages where people don't know him. He dressed well and acted politely, tricking shopkeepers into giving him money, while he would run a fake transfer for them. One fateful day, Akachi entered a shop owned by Miss Chi, a cloth designer who also renders point-of-sale services. He introduced himself as a youth corps member working under the local government. Akachi asked Miss Chi to help him with some money, promising to transfer the money to her. Trusting him, Miss Chi gave him the money. Akachi quickly pretended to transfer money for Miss Chi, and Miss Chi gave him the money but told him that she hasn't gotten the alert. Akachi told her that it might be a network problem, and he showed Miss Chi the debit fake alert that his bank had sent to him. Unknown to Miss Chi that it was a fake alert, Miss Chi, seeing how gentle and how Akachi looked, trusted him. Akachi gave Miss Chi his mobile number and asked her to call him if by the end of the day she didn't get alert from her bank. Miss Chi took the number and Akachi left immediately. Few hours later, Miss Chi checked her account and noticed that there was no alert yet. She called Akachi to let him know. Akachi asked her to exercise patience that she would get the alert. Miss Chi sent a message for Akachi on WhatsApp and he replied, making her to believe that the money will enter. Miss Chi realized that she hadn't received the money. She called Akachi again, but he told her to be patient. After a while, she found out that Akachi had blocked her numbers. It was that time she realized that Akachi was a scammer. She was pained and felt very bad. Throughout the day, she wasn't happy and she tried to contact Akachi with other mobile numbers. But once she dialed the number, Akachi would block the number immediately. Miss Chi is a well-dedicated member of Foursquare Gospel Church. One Sunday evening, she went and reported the matter to the general pastor. He felt very bad on hearing how Miss Chi was scammed. The pastor declared 7 days of fasting and prayers, asking God to expose the scammer. The congregation prayed fervently, hoping for a miracle. They believed that God would help them find and expose Akachi. Akachi, unaware of the prayers, continued scamming people, feeling confident that he would never be caught. One Monday morning, Akachi went to a supermarket very close to the village market square. He bought many items worth 100,000 and pretended to pay with his ATM card. The sales girl was very busy with other customers and didn't notice that the transaction was declined. When the sales girl realized the transaction was declined, she alerted the security. They ran after Akachi, who was about to climb on a motorcycle. The security caught Akachi. Angry youths from the market joined in dragging him down and beating him up. A crowd gathered and people started throwing stones at Akachi. They were furious at how he had tricked them and others. In their anger, the crowd put a rubber tire around his neck and set him on fire. It was a harsh punishment for his crimes. The policemen got the information. But before they could get there, Akachi was already looking like a burnt roasted chicken. That was how his life was ended. There was no second chance for him. News of Akachi's death spread quickly. People in the village were both relieved and saddened by the outcome. Mischief felt a mix of emotions when she heard what happened. She was glad Akachi wouldn't scam anyone else, but she was sad that his life ended so tragically. The villagers learned a valuable lesson about trust and vigilance. They became more careful in their transactions. Akachi's family mourned his loss. They wished he had chosen a different path and hoped his story would serve as a warning to others. Life in the village slowly returned to normal. People continued to work hard, knowing that honesty was the best policy. Mischief business flourished. She remained vigilant and always checked transactions carefully before giving out money. Mischief decided to help others learn from her experience. She organized workshops to teach people how to avoid scammers. The pastor reminded the congregation about the power of prayers and the importance of honesty. His sermon inspired many to live better lives. The village became more united. People supported each other and worked together to create a safe community. A new generation of children grew up hearing Akachi's story. They learned the value of hard work and honesty from young age. The moral lesson of this story: honesty is the best policy. Deceit and dishonesty may provide short-term gains, but they lead to long-term consequences that can serve and life-altering. Akachi's story illustrates that living a life of integrity and honesty is always the best choice. Vigilance and caution. It is important to be vigilant and cautious in all your financial transactions. Mischief's initial trust in Akachi's appearance and polite led to her being scammed. Always double check and verify before making decisions involving money. As we've come to the end of this story, I believe you've learned one or two things. Don't forget to subscribe and share our video.